Hello everybody, in this video I'm take a look at AI Limit demo. This is a demo from NextFest, so it's not the final version of the game. I played it and I really enjoyed it. This is a Souls-like game, so if you are familiar with Souls-like game, you'll be right at home with this game. But just so you know, Souls-like games are very challenging and this game is no exception based on my experience. Basically similar to other Souls-like game, you're gonna be able to upgrade your character, unlock different weapons, different abilities. The combat is very challenging, but fair, but very technical. So we're going over a few things. This is the boss mode, so you already have the things in inventory. Some of them unlock, some of them, when you start playing the game, you won't have all of them. You need to find them, but you can kind of get an idea what you can get when you start playing the game and get more stuff. Also, the various weapons in the game, like, heavy weapons, fast attack weapons, and so on. These are the different settings. In terms of visual, this is kind of a post-apocalyptic world. The character is a female protagonist, kind of anime style, and the design of the world actually fits the style, the art style of the character as well, so it blends in nicely. Now just a bit of a snippet about the game. I'm gonna quote: "In the distant future, when civilization is on the verge of extinction, people follow the legend of the Asylum in the last city, Havenswell. In this post-apocalyptic wasteland sci-fi ARPG, you will play as Arisa, a blader with immortality, and explore the city ruin to find the hope for new life." Now this game is a new cool mechanic. This is different compared to other Souls games that I play. Basically you have this bar, you can see the number there. So it goes from 0 to 100 and basically depends on when you are in this bar. It's called sync rate. And basically it determines which abilities you can use or how effective they are. In order to charge it, I need to use either an item to charge it, or I need to use my basic attacks. So basically you need to pay attention to it, because otherwise you're going to find yourself that you can use certain abilities, so you need to kind of engage in combat in order to charge it up. Or items, as I mentioned. So there are different levels you can see. So in each levels you're going to see there are different effects to it. So this is a unique mechanic to this game. So this is something that you should know about. You can read it here, what it does. And this is something different compared to other games that rely, for example, on stamina or something like that. You're exhausted, you become slow or something. So yeah, this is something new and interesting, and that adds something, another layer of mechanic into the Souls-like genre that I haven't experienced before. Now you have your dash, which you can dash. You can also find different items that allows you to use a shield to block attacks. Also an item that allows you to deflect, which I find it very useful in this game. You can find different spells. You can stab at the back, like the thing you can do in many other Souls games. If you kind of sneak from the back, you're going to see kind of a flashing orange color, and you can actually stab the enemy. You have your regular attack and your heavy attack. You can see that I actually missed the opportunity to do a backstab. As you progress, you're going to find different items that allows you to upgrade your character, consumables like bombs and other stuff you can throw at enemies that have different effects. Some items you can, for example, coat your sword, which allows you to basically give it extra effect like lighting, fire, and so on. You can find different armor items, as you can see, headwear and the armor, and different items that you can assign to item slots. Now, similar to other Souls-like game, if you die, you're gonna start at the last checkpoint. So and enemies will be revived. Again, this is similar to other Souls-like games, so it's similar in this game as well. You're also going to lose your the currency that you get in order to upgrade your character in case you die. So here I learn about the spells. There are going to be different spells in the game. So this is the first one. Kind of disrupt enemies when they try to attack you. Very useful. I'm going to show a bit later in the boss fight. But you can see that you can only use it if you're at a certain level in this bar. Otherwise, you won't be able to. So this is why it's important not to deplete it. Otherwise, you won't be able to use different things like spells.
Void.
You're here looking for branches, right? Then go and meet the branch weaver.
Now this is the first time where I actually unlocked repair a branch. A branch is, you know, kind of a shrine. You can actually spawn. This is checkpoint, basically, spawn point. If you die, you're going to spawn in this place. You can even move between different branches. So if there's another location, you can just move from one to the other. Usually going to find them after, you know, a certain hard section or near boss fights, which is great. So you don't need to transfer. You know, just walk several minutes until you get to a boss. You can just spawn at the same place very close to the boss and fight the boss and try again and again until you beat the boss. Also, this is the first time you're going to choose your a weapon, which also you can see you get extra points for your stats. I chose the heavy weapon. You can choose something else. Although you're going to find different weapons that are, you know, fast weapons rather than heavy weapons. You can basically change your build after that. But this gives you extra to start your character. It's kind of similar to Elden Ring when you start a certain character that has several points into the stats. And if you want to focus on a certain build, they give you that extra. So if you want to min-max, I think this is a good choice to actually choose the right one that you see yourself playing throughout the game. During the little time that I played, I actually find there are different secret areas. So you're going to find you can jump into certain places. You need to destroy certain obstacles in order to get into an area that you're going to find some rare loot. So this exists. So of course it's going to be linear, but there are ways to deviate from the main path to find some secrets. You can see that I already used an element for my to coat my sword, give me lighting. As you explore the world, you're also going to find abilities. You can, I think, in purple, as you can see. So this is the shield. This is the first one that I found. It allowed you to block attacks. You can also see that you can charge it by blocking, and basically you have kind of a strong attack that you can unleash. And like any good old Souls-like game, there are going to be some tough enemies that are, you know, not bosses, but they are pretty challenging. Just know that there are also shortcuts in this game. like an elevator that you can activate, or a door you can open, get back easier to certain areas that you are, deep into the exploration. And one time I actually got lost because it didn't go the right way. So although it's kind of linear, of course, to get to a certain point, it gives you a bit more complex structure, like a maze, like sometimes. So you can get lost a bit, but it's not something huge, so you can find your way back. And like any other Soulslike game, there are boss fights. I wasn't impressed with the look of the first boss, to be honest with you, and it was challenging. It took me a few tries to beat him, but it wasn't too hard until I realized that the ability to just deflect attack is so powerful. So I used that. And timing wasn't bad, by the way, so you have some good frames in order to be able to block, so it felt comfortable. This is my first attempt. Yeah, so basically it took a few tries and then I used another ability, but eventually I got him. And of course it felt great, like any other Souls game, when a bit challenging and you're able to finish it, so yeah, same thing here. Anyway, this is kind of the end of the demo, although there's also, you unlock kind of a boss mode or something that allows you to fight a mid-game boss. So you can see how it's like and try different weapons and other stuff that you might find, during mid-game. So it's really nice to give you kind of idea what to expect. Yeah, so first impressions are good. It felt nice. The game looks nice. Combat felt good overall. I didn't like the look of the first boss, but hopefully this will change a bit later on. And hopefully some more notorious bosses, hopefully big ones. That's what I want to see. And yeah, AI Limit, if you like what you see here, make sure to wishlist it on Steam. Again, this was the demo, not the final version of the game. So we might expect even some changes to make to the game before the game is released in its final version. Thanks for watching.